can have it all. I can have it all.
Hi, this is Christy Whitman with the Quantum Success Show, where you can get your information and inspiration to create your desires. And I want to talk in this episode about validations. You know, people always say, well, I just want to be validated. And, you know, validation is actually for parking. It's not for people. You know, validation, it became like a catchphrase in the 80s because of the wonderful, amazing relationship book, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. In that book, John Gray talked about how women want to be validated. And it led us to the point we are now. And it is an important piece of literature and, of course, in personal development. It's helped me in my relationships. But one area where I always wanted to, in relationships, especially with my relationship with Frederick, is I wanted him to validate me and my feelings. And the thing is that no one can actually validate how you feel except for you. I want to read you the definition of what validation actually is, and then you'll understand what I mean by this. So validation is to check or prove the validity or accuracy of something, to demonstrate or support the truth or value of. So last time I checked, the only one that is the authority of ourselves is ourselves. The only one that lives inside our physical bodies and can actually have an energetic connection with our emotions is us. So if I'm feeling sad, for example, nobody else outside of me can validate how I'm feeling because they're not inside my body. So one thing I learned from my mentor, Karen Lamarck Wilson, is that when we are looking to be validated, we are once again going outside of ourselves to make sure it's okay and giving ourselves permission to feel what we are in fact feeling inside. You know, we really don't have a very good emotional IQ when it comes to feeling our feelings. And one way of, once again, coming away from ourselves, going outside of ourselves, and looking to the people that are in our lives is we want them to validate how am I feeling. And that's just impossible. So the catchphrase, I actually learned this from my friend Dawn, is that validation is really for cars, it's for parking, it's not for people. The only one that can validate and say, my feelings are true and real, are you. So anytime you find yourself wanting to receive validation from anybody, whether it's your boss telling you you're doing a good job, go back to yourself and own yourself. Tell yourself you're doing a great job. Anytime you want your husband to tell you how beautiful you are and validate that, go back to yourself and feed yourself from within, telling yourself, wow, you look beautiful today. Anytime you do that and you're coming from the fulfilled place within you, you naturally attract those reactions and responses from outside of you, but now you're not dependent on them. You're not looking to them to make you feel a certain way. You know, my mom is a very wise woman, and one thing that she used to tell me when I was a small child is, nobody can ever make you feel a certain way. You choose to feel how you want to feel. So if you're feeling a feeling, and you validate yourself that, you know what, I feel sad, I feel angry, I feel frustrated, I'm feeling fear right now. You can own that. You can go into your belly. You can express the energy of that emotion. Once you express the energy of that emotion, you naturally return back to your joy and happiness. And what's more importantly than anything, though, is you return back to that alignment that you have between you and you. You are validating yourself because you yourself are the only one that can validate you. So just watch where you're expecting others to tell you how great you are, to tell you that you've done a good job, to tell you and give you permission that it's okay to feel the way you're feeling. Notice that. And the minute you start to do that, just come back to yourself and tell yourself, you know what? It's okay to feel sad in this moment. Go into your feelings, feel the sadness, let it release. And then come back and bring in the essence of what you do want to feel after you've released the emotion. If you feel like you've gotten dressed up and you're not getting the validation that you're beautiful, give it to yourself. If you just accomplish something and you're not getting the celebration and the validation from those around you, celebrate yourself. When you start shifting back and that validation is an internal process from within, you won't need anybody outside of you to validate, and you also will see that more people will be celebrating you and reacting and responding to you in a favorable way. So I hope this information has been impactful for you. Let me know how this information today has shifted you in some way, and what are you going to do this week to validate you and look for less validation outside of yourself when nobody else can validate you. Because once again, to check or prove the validity or accuracy of something, to demonstrate or support the truth or value, nobody can do that for you. Only you can. Thanks a lot and have a great week. So as always, the best discussions happen after the episode at ChristyWhitman.com, where you can join my community, which I call my family. You'll receive free teleseminars, webinars, ebooks, videos, and much more just by being part of the community. Did you like this video? Then subscribe and share it with everybody you know. Check out these other related videos to help you get inspired and informed.